Finger.
So you can dance.
Yeah? Okay. Well, hi everyone.
Morning.
Good morning. This time or today, I would like to explain about how we work here in BKD. But first of all, I would like to explain two different concepts that we handle here, mainly. One of them is KD parts, which they are sourced from Korea. The easy way to identify them is by three different kind of packages. Comes in blue kits, half kits, and base kits, which nowadays they're not commonly used. Local parts or LP parts are locally produced here, and they can come in a variety of packages. The differences between them is KD, they come in standardized packages, which is three different ones. As you can see here, there's two pictures, several pictures, and one of them you can identify the blue kits, half kits, and this is what we know of KD parts. Usually KD parts has longer lead times because they come from Korea. In the other hand, LP parts, they are produced locally, so we have a faster availability and proximity, such as Babco, GYT, or those racks. Okay. These slides I would like to explain the overall material management procedures, starting with requirement determination, which is identify what materials or products are needed. So in this case, we'll generate purchase requisitions for item below threshold or needed upcoming production. So in this case, or this cycle is meant for new projects, because you have to source determination, in which is to find suitable vendors or suppliers to ensure reliable sourcing to maintain productivity. Once the source determination is settled, is when the vendor selection is choosing the best supplier based on price, quality, and delivery, which affects replenishment, speed, and consistency. Once the vendor is selected based on price, and like I said, the next one is order processing, which will create and issue PO orders based on demand, based on the size of the project, based on customer production plan. Order follow-up is to track order status and ensure timely delivery. This prevents stockouts and overstocking due to delays. In that way, we can maintain or keep an understanding in if we have the material coming, so we can avoid overstock or shortages. Good receipt and inventory management is when we receive and verify incoming goods, which will update actual stock levels and trigger quality checks. In this case, we handle different warehouses, mainly shoreline. So in this case, talking about KD that comes from Korea, those comes straight to shoreline, which they will scan, they will match against PO, and they will stock in the right place. Invoice verification, like I explained it, is to confirm invoice matches the PO and goods are received. One of the other things I would like to explain is once the vendor or supplier is selected, in this cycle we will skip two points, which is source determination and vendor selection. Only we'll start from requirement determination, and we'll continue with order processing and so on. Okay, first in, first out. The way in how we handle first in, first out starts in shoreline, which is one of our warehouses. Material reception and staging. Korean source materials are processed through HGPS system protocols and manual inventory checks. Items are scanned and staged in designated areas to support first in, first out tracking. Data collection and shipment planning. Inventory data is gathered and analyzed based on UPH. Shipments are then dispatched from warehouses to Huaxin main facility, which this warehouse is more temporarily, which these parts are easily or maintained for easily access. Receiving a machine upon arrival, materials are matched against purchase orders and items are temporarily stored until assigned to production lines. How we enforce first in, first out. First in, first out is maintained staging material in designated first in, first out zones. Rotating inventory periodically to ensure older stock is prioritized. Due to the nature of our process and due to the heavy or the weight of our materials, every single day or every month we have to rotate those parts. So those parts that are behind the newer parts will come to the front. So in this case will be consumed and we can maintain a first in, first out. In other areas, the material is staged in a different way, where from one side they can take the older parts, while from the other side is where we get the new parts. The item distribution, older parts remain at Huaxin ready for immediate use, and newer parts stay in the warehouse queued for future dispatch. Due to the space of storage here, some of those materials are big, so only a few hours are storage, while others, which are they are small, we can keep them for 1 or 2 weeks, depending on the demand of the product. As you can see here, this is a part of our system HGPS, where you can locate or on which we base to ensure a first in, first out, which is the receipt date to ensure first in, first out when containers from the port comes to shoreline. Part number and location of material on shoreline. In that way, older parts is the first ones they will take and send them to this company. As you can see here, there's an explanation of how our process and the line fitted procedure are performed. While the target driver is the demand identification. In real time, returns from production lines with a knowledge of required parts. Communicates needs based on line consumption and replenishment signals. Once forklift driver knows about that information, retrieves the identified parts from staging on storage areas, loads parts into designated carts, ensuring quantities, while tugger driver will prepare the cart for easily access by associated lines. Trucker driver will execute delivery, in which will connect up to 5 carts for efficient transport, navigates to the correct production line based on the material demand. This is an example and how we store our material in racks. In this picture, we show a little bit of our area and how we stack half skids, which are mainly Korean parts. So how to ensure first in, first out in this area? Each column, or well, it'd be 2 columns by 1 part number. So in that way, while 1 column is consumed, the other remain intact, which will be the newer parts. Once one of the columns with older parts are consumed, they will follow consuming the next column. And then in the empty column is where newer parts will come and stage in there. Due to the size of our packages, we receive several trailers through a day from our warehouses because of the fast flow of our products. Okay. First in, first out accountability across the department. First in, first out, or to maintain first in, first out is not solely the responsibility of material departments. Why is that? Because it requires cross-functional commitment from all departments involved in handling inventory. This is due to the nature of operations. Parts are not exclusively moved by warehouses associates. So for us as a department, it could be a little bit complicated to maintain first in, first out because we're not the only ones to move these parts to the line. Production line personnel may also retrieve materials directly, which can unintentionally disrupt first in, first out flow. The recommended solution to preserve first in, first out integrity, all teams must be aware of the age of inventory they are accessing, not just coming, grab the parts, and take them to the lines. They will have to ensure first through the tag if they are newer or older parts, or they can ask us which ones are the newer parts or the older parts. Before retrieving parts, personnel should verify whether the item is newer and older. This simple check helps ensure the older stock is used first, minimizing waste and improving rotation. Which are the operational benefits by reinforcing this practice? Which will strengthen traceability, knowing exactly which was used and when, and accountability, ensuring every department contributes to inventory discipline. Any question?
How many parts?
Huh?
How many parts you all together? How many parts do y'all handle?
We all handle? Well, there's different vendors, and it's hardly to say a particular number of how many parts we handle here, because through the time it changed, it been changing.
Very good. Thank you. All right, very good. Excellent. This morning, thought of the day. If one dream should fall and break into 1,000 pieces, never be afraid to pick one of those pieces up and begin again. All right, couple things. We don't have a 7 Habits class today. And then also, this morning, we have a pilot safety walk that we're going to be working on. So you see us in the plant today, the Washington team going around. We're going to be observing safety and looking for different things, just an observation. So if you see us out this morning and you want to bring something to our attention, do that. And that'll be immediately after the production meeting. Tomorrow, Russ, what are you presenting? You got a presentation you're going to present tomorrow?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
Let's reset the mind.
Okay, reset the mind. Okay, so Russ is going to be talking to us tomorrow, so we'll be looking forward to that. Anybody got anything else this morning? All right, I don't see anything. As always, have your best day ever. Thank you.